A virus is an infectious agent of small size and simple composition that can multiply only in living cells of animals, plants, humans, or bacteria. The name is from a Latin word meaning slimy liquid or poison. A virus particle is made up of genetic material housed inside a protein shell, a capsid. Usually, these microorganisms enter the body through the mouth, eyes, nose, genitals, or through the wounds. Our hands touch too many surfaces and quickly pick up viruses. Once contaminated, hands can transfer the virus to your face, from where the virus can move inside your body, making you feel unwell. Most viruses attack our respiratory systems, like COVID-19. Once COVID-19 enters the body, it usually settles in the cells that line your nose, sinus cavity, and throat. For most people, this is where it stays. Symptoms often follow, but you may not feel anything up to 2 weeks. But this is not the case for everyone. When it comes to COVID-19, there are so many symptoms you need to look out for, such as shortness of breath, chills, fever, or body aches, loss of sense of smell or taste, unusual tiredness, stuffy or runny nose. However, the unfortunate reality of COVID-19 is that this pandemic drove everything online, and it may never return to be normal. For many of us, a typical day right now might look something like this. Roll out of bed and check your smartphone. Set up an online education portal for children out of school. Check in with a doctor through telemedicine portal. Read news on Twitter or Facebook. Buy groceries through Amazon. Watch stories on Instagram. Binge on Netflix. Connect with a group of friends on a Zoom video chat. The coronavirus pandemic is unlike any other global emergency in recent history. Millions of people in the US and around the world are confined to their homes with no definite idea of when they will be able to resume life as they once knew it. On 11th of February 2020, the International Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses adopted the name Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2. This is also known as SARS-CoV-2. Some experts say that this was originated in bats. However, this made the jump to humans at one of Wuhan's open-air wet markets. Wet markets are where customers buy fresh meat and fish, including animals that are killed on the spot. Some wet markets sell wild or banned species such as cobras, wild boars, or raccoon dogs. Crowded conditions can let viruses from different animals swap genes. Sometimes viruses change so much it can start to infect and spread among people. But still, Wuhan markets didn't sell bats at the time of the outbreak, experts say. That's why early suspicion also fell on pangolins. They're also called scaly anteaters, which are sold illegally in some markets in China. Some coronaviruses that infect pangolins are similar to SARS-CoV-2, as SARS-CoV-2 spread both inside and outside of China. It infected people who had no direct contact with animals. That means the virus is transmitted from one human to another. And right now it's spreading in the US and around the globe, meaning that people are unwittingly catching and passing on coronavirus. This growing worldwide transmission is what is now a pandemic. Experts first identified a human coronavirus in 1965. Yes, in 1965. It caused a common cold. Later that decade, research found a group similar human and animal viruses and name them after their crown-like appearances. 7 coronaviruses can affect humans. The one that causes SARS emerged in southern China in 2002 and quickly spread to 28 other countries. More than 8,000 people were infected by July 2003, and 774 of them died. And a small outbreak in 2004 involved only 4 more cases. However, this coronavirus causes fever, headache, and respiratory problems such as cough and shortness of breath. As the coronavirus pandemic rapidly sweeps across the world, it is inducing a considerable degree of fear, worry, and concern in the population at large and among certain groups in particular, such as older adults, care providers, and people with underlying health conditions. The main psychological impact to date is elevated rates of stress or anxiety. But as new measures and impacts are introduced, especially quarantine and its effects on many people's usual activities, routines, or livelihoods, levels of loneliness, depression, harmful alcohol and drug use, and self-harm or maybe even suicidal behavior are also expected to rise. In these troubled times, we have to be strong and we have to protect ourselves and our loved ones. We always have to clean our hands often with soap, water, or an alcohol-based hand rub. We have to always maintain a safe distance from anyone who's coughing or sneezing. We have to wear a mask, always, even if you're maintaining a safe distance. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth, but if you do, always wash your hands thoroughly. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze, but also monitor your health daily. Because only if we protect ourselves, we can fight and win against COVID, and we can go back to the good old days. Getting COVID-19 can have serious life-threatening complications, and there is no way to know how COVID-19 will affect you, because everyone is built different. If you get sick, you could spread the disease to friends, family, and others around you. Getting COVID-19 can have serious, life-threatening complications, and there is no way to know how COVID-19 will affect you. Getting COVID-19 may offer some protection. It's known as natural immunity. However, current evidence suggests that reinfection with the virus that causes COVID-19 is uncommon in the months after initial infection, but may increase with time. The risk of severe illness and death from COVID-19 far outweighs any benefits of natural immunity. COVID-19 vaccination will help you protect yourself by creating an antibody in response without having to experience sickness. Right now, there are about 4 vaccines available worldwide. They are Sputnik 5, AstraZeneca vaccine, Sinopharm vaccine, and Covaxin.